Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Good morning, everybody. Time for another First Good Battle from the First Good Battle series, and today, as you can see, it's the first good battle with my IS-6. This is a battle from all the way back on 23 November 2017, and I was in the middle of just finishing up all the grinding of the last few tanks I had left in my Soviet tank tree. So, finally had a chance for the RP multiplier to shine a little bit for the IS-6. So, trying to make our way to the C point to get that first good capture, and as you can see, there is an Object 906 out in front. And as you might expect, he's not going to wait for everybody coming right up behind him, and he's just going to blow right into the point. So, tried to convince him to maybe back off and let us all, you know, catch up and gain the cap together. But he wanted none of it, so for some reason my brakes failed here and I accidentally just rammed right into the back of him. Not sure what was going on there, but sometimes, you know, the brakes just don't work. And as the enemies began firing at us from down in the cap, I lined up on them, got ready to fire. Not sure why I didn't shoot right there. I think I was worried about the firing angle. But waited for the smoke to clear, and then by the time it did clear, they were gone and no longer visible. I think I didn't fire because of the frontal oblique angle there, and I was afraid it was just going to bounce and be a wasted shot.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
So we've got a ticket lead advantage here. Sorry about that, Panzerjäger. Did not see the tiny little Panzerjäger next to me, although I don't really know why he was in a Panzerjäger in this. I mean, I know why, but trying to get those low-tier, high-target kill achievements. So I'm going to follow this diesel tiger down the back alley here and see if we can get in behind them, parallel with our guys over on the main road, although we've already got two other IS-6s all the way down the back alley road. So I know if they haven't encountered the guys that I saw in the smoke screen there that I didn't fire at while I was still sitting in the C point, that they've got to be in that little cutout valley there. So I warned the two IS-6s down there that that has to be where an enemy is. Do a little check behind me here for the likely ambush spot. I like to sit back in there where I was just looking and catch guys coming this way if I can get there fast enough. And then continued onward down for the B point. Guy is getting marked right where I said he would be. Apparently giving our IS-6 brothers a little bit of trouble here. And I figure, okay, this guy's got it, no problem, I'm going to let him have it, and then he gets annihilated, so then I rolled in to finish off the STRV myself. And I did. Then it was time to move in on the capture point here at B, take it over, and return the ticket bleed to where we want it to be. As in, on their side. So things were a little quiet here. There are far too many enemies for it to be this quiet in the battle, and there's a pretty good reason for that. They are mostly pressing our spawn. Almost entirely their team is trying to get to our spawn instead of worry about the capture points. Besides the one or two that are in airplanes, of course, but thankfully those bombs were a bit behind us and didn't actually affect us, although they did blow up our team a little. Did warn the team that there was some very hostile-looking enemy air up, and then tried to roll on in as quickly as I could get to the A point. Now you can see on the mini-map over to the west there of A, there are multiple enemies that are going to be starting to get marked. I'm trying to speed up behind this guy to get to the A point, and just as I get there, I look over and notice this Centurion off to the right. Hurried my shot, trying to get the frontal pen on him. Missed terribly, but at least drew him off and kept his attention away from our fellow IS-6 up there. Waited for his return shot. He got a very poor bounce. And now it became a race between our loaders, which I thought I might have an outside chance of winning. Turns out I didn't, but at least his gunner missed badly, and then I was able to finish him off. The T-44 coming around behind him certainly would have finished him if I didn't, so there wasn't a lot of danger to the team there, but it's always good to get the kill I wanted, even if I couldn't actually make it in and get the cap at A. So there you see the enemy squad, and it's all that squad of 11th guys, and that's at least the second time I've encountered them all trying to do that, and both times on this map. They really seem to like going all the way up that west side and trying to get to our spawn, no matter what the tactical situation or strategic situation are in the battle. Like, say, for instance, the enemy team holds all 3 points, like we do here. But regardless, that's what they did. They kept on insisting, attempting to get into our spawn. So both of them having been marked but not destroyed means I'm going to roll up here and give them something to worry about in our spawn. So you can see that M42 that I just drove past. He is definitely alive inside our spawn. But I know there's something else up here and I want to figure out what it is. There was the T-29 who just got killed, and then somebody else directly off to my left there. Oh, he's an M19, not a 42. I thought he was parked backwards. Anyways, an M19. Finished him off. Friendly comes up behind, so I know we're more or less clear, except for the other guy that I had just seen over here to my left, driving around the wrecked building here. So time it so that my reload is about to finish and drive up to deal with him as well. And that is one attempted spawn raping squad wiped out.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
And I can't stand it when people attempt to go for the spawn instead of go for the capture objectives, when the capture objectives are far more important to the situation for your team. And even as I'm attempting to depart and go back out to the middle and defend, yet more of them are coming to try and get into our spawn. From the same squad.
Need backup.
And there's the 5th kill of the battle. Trying to get up here and help this guy up in front of me who's calling for help in a moment. He's got an FV-42 right on top of him. You can see him being marked on the map, and I'm trying to race my way there to help him.
Cover me, cover me. Roger that.
And you can see there are multiple teammates moving in as well, and the Tiger II off to my right deals with him in a pretty decently aimed moving shot there. And that would be the last enemy that I would see and have a real chance to destroy, so that brings my kill total to a final of 5, and my captures, unfortunately, to a final of 5, or a final of 2, which seems to be the way it goes lately for my first good battle series. I get 5 kills and 2 captures and don't die, and that's strange. That seems to be the way it's going. So I anticipated at least 1 or 2 enemies being left alive on the enemy team and driving around on the outside of B or C and trying to get in and capture them. But it turns out they were still doing everything they could to get over to our spawn in the west side and or in airplanes. I didn't know that at the time, of course. At the time, I'm still expecting to encounter enemies over here somewhere. And made another double-checking final sweep up the back alley road here, just to be sure there was nobody left. You can see how many of them are left on their team. Someone should have been threatening a capture point somewhere. And in fact, there is one final threat to a capture point, and that's the guy right now in an M36 at the A point, who's taking the A point away. That is the only serious press they made on a capture point for this entire battle after we took all 3 points back. All the rest of what they did was try to make it around the edge of the map and get into our spawn, which you can see how well that paid off for them. So for me now, the fastest way to get back to the A point is just continue on this straightaway up here, then go straight down the main thoroughfare road from C to A, and hope that I can get there quickly enough. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Tiger 2 finishes off the M36, and that's essentially the end of the battle for the enemy. So I encounter a Centurion here. He sure looks like he's dead, but at the same time, he could just have poor armor or poor paint job. I didn't get any fire or anything. I didn't get any indications that he was alive, but I also got no indications he was dead, so I risked the shot just to be absolutely certain. And of course, he already was dead, and that cost me any chance I had at getting another capture for the A point, but better safe than sorry, and make sure that he doesn't shoot a teammate there. If he'd have shot me after that and still been alive, I'd have just said, okay, that's my fault. But if he'd have shot a teammate there after I didn't shoot him because I thought he was dead, I'd have felt really badly. As it is, he was dead, so it was irrelevant. And we completely wiped them off the map, essentially. But it shouldn't have been that way. There were far too many of them left for us to just own the map as much as we did here. They just didn't make any attempts at capturing the points at all. But I'll take it. It was in our favor. And that's the way it goes. Just barely missed a first place there. If I'd have made it to the final A capture point, I would have stayed in first place. But there you can see the actual research results for a good battle with the right kind of appropriate level of research vehicle. 9,636 is not bad for a game without any booster on. And there you have it. Like I said, 5 kills, 2 captures, and no deaths. Got a survivor award, which always is a nice little extra chunk of silver lions. And there are all the kills. You can see the attempted spawn raping squad there. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I am looking for a good double-digit kill battle in the IS-6. Again, this was also before the IS-6 nerf. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. Anyway, that'll do it for today. Thank you for stopping by and checking this one out, and have a great day, everybody.